Let's Dig crew. What's up, everyone? How are y'all doing?
What up?
So glad that you have jumped on to join this conversation. I'm excited that you're here. You guys know why we're here, but if you don't, I'm gonna tell you anyways. We are here to help you grow a deeper relationship with God, others, and yourself.
That's right.
This week, I came across a statement and it truly, truly challenged me, honestly, to my core. Probably one of the things that has challenged me most in the last year of my life.
Okay.
It felt like it put me on like red flags, high alert. Hey, this is for you.
I need to hear it now because I need to know what's challenging you more than me.
It did actually. Okay, this is the statement that I came across this week. It says, we drown in entertainment to avoid the silence where God speaks, then complain that he's silent. And it wasn't so much that I complained that God is silent. It was actually more of I drown in entertainment to avoid the silence. But that's actually where God speaks.
Did you see that meme? I saw somebody post a video the other day. It's a husband and wife, and it says, it's POV when the husband's trying to get out of bed and the wife's still sleeping. He's tiptoeing, slowly closing the door. He's using his flashlight through the dark because he doesn't want to wake her up. And it says, point of view when she trying to get out of bed. Bang, 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 brights up. Phone is loud and blaring and you're listening to music and people watching TikTok noise and videos. I'm like, that seems like it's Danny Lee, because the moment you wake up, sometimes I'm like, yo, where's all this noise?
I am noise. I seek noise. I need noise. I hate the silence.
That's funny too, because the kids like riding in your car just because of there's always something playing. The moment
true.
I hate getting in your car, because the level that you have your radio and your volume at, it's actually not healthy, and you need to get your ears checked. Y'all, guys, every time I get into Danny Lee's car, like literally her phone blows her, or like her car volume blows me away.
It's true.
We've had conversations about that too, of like, are you afraid of silence? Are you afraid of just stillness? And I know that's something you've been working on.
It's super hard. I really, after reading that, I realized how much my need was for just noise. And sometimes I'm intentional about what the noise is, right? Sometimes, like right now we're fasting and I'm in a season where I'm intentional of what that noise is. So it is sermons, it is worship music. Sometimes even if it's just instrumental music, it makes me like more calm. But at the end of the day, that's not silence.
It's not. So let's talk about this. It sounds like, we should do a deep dive on just how we're starting off our days, because I do believe that the way you start your day determines how you end your day.
True.
But before we go into that, before we start digging into that, you guys see this hat that Dan Lee's rocking right now?
Nice.
Hey, this is our LDC hat. It's a trucker hat. It's actually really cool. Actually, we got some more.
We got some right here.
Hey, give me one of them things.
Okay.
Them thing is fresh.
Woo!
Okay,
so good.
So you guys already know we're going to put the link. It's right there. It's available. It's everywhere. It's on social media. It's on Instagram, Facebook, Shopify, right here on YouTube for those that are watching. Shout out to all of I'm going to do a shout out right now to brother Wayne, actually on YouTube. Shout out to Wayne. He's been part of the LDC crew from the top. Wayne, hey, bro. Hit us up.
Yeah.
We're going to send you one of these hats.
We're
going to send you one of these hats right now, bro. It's on us, man. Thank you for your support.
For sure.
Thank you for your love. Thank you for your prayer, bro. Bro, we're so happy that you're part of our LDC crew. For everybody else, go ahead and get yourself one of these hats. Dan Lee didn't want to wear it, but she's
wearing
them
trucker
right
hat
now.
is really out of my comfort zone. I'm much more of like a baseball dad hat kind of girl, but I really wanted to wear one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
here we
man,
are out of my comfort zone.
Hey, man, there you go. Those people who wear their hats all the way at the top of their head like this. I'm like,
yes, I do. I don't understand.
Why? All right, it's time. Let's dig. Man.
All right,
ready?
Let's dig.
Okay, so walk me through, babe. Walk me through like just a normal day. If you weren't trying to be intentional, like unintentional, you just woke up and you just started your day. Like, what does that look like?
I grab my phone and go to the restroom. And then I would scroll.
Yeah.
For a little bit. Because I feel like it helps me wake up.
And then your legs die.
Not that
And then we need to call the paramedics to come because you can't feel your legs.
So then I scroll for a few minutes. Then when I feel like I'm awake, it's really crazy how much I've used social media to stimulate me of like, oh, I'm really tired, but I want to stay awake, so I'm going to go on social media, and vice versa. When I wake up in the morning, I want to like feel alert, feel like I'm snapping out of the fog. So I'll go on social media and make my brain think and read something or whatever on social media. And that really wakes me up. Feels like I'm ready for the day. I'm going to go wake up the kids. And then one of our kids is not a great morning person. The other one just starts talking like before his feet even hit the floor. He's talking.
You guys know that little dog from the movie Up?
Which
Remember
one?
Dog? Remember the dog?
Doug. The dog.
I'm Doug.
Yes.
Like that's one of our kids.
Uh-huh.
And then the other kid is the old man.
Yes, for sure. I was wondering how you're going to describe the other one.
Oh man.
It's true. And I mean, most moms know, like when the kids are like, once they wake up, you have to talk. You have to tell them, go do this, go do that. Don't do this, don't do that. Pick that up, go put that there. Like it's just constant. Like it starts from the jump.
Yeah.
And then I would listen to music while I do my makeup. And then I would go to the gym. This is all still like
not even trying.
I'd have music in the car. On the way driving to drop the kids off or the gym. In the gym, I would probably listen to a hip hop R&B 2010s playlist.
Yeah.
Like, because I felt like that's what would motivate me into the gym.
Meanwhile, all your thoughts are going wild about bills, money, kids, appointment, work, church, mentorship,
For sure.
all the stuff you're working on.
Yeah. All at the same time. 100%. And it's like that all the time.
And then at the end of the day, even as your husband, I'll see you at the end of the day and it looks like somebody just kicked your butt. It looks like you are worn out, like you're tired. And sometimes I'd have to ask you, like, what'd you do today? Not because you weren't busy, like you had things going on. Right. You had a full schedule.
Right.
But it was like, did you ever stop? And some people think stop, like, what do you mean? Like, take a break, lunch? Well, nah, because some people nowadays, even here in America, people don't know how to take real lunch breaks.
That's true.
You don't take real lunch breaks.
I don't.
By nature. Your phone, you're on a call, you're doing this, checking emails, you're this. I'm like, yo, do you ever actually stop and sit at the table and just do one thing? Eat.
I don't. And I actually feel like if I just stop and do one thing or zero things, I'm afraid I'm gonna fall asleep. Like I feel like I lose energy in that moment.
Your wheels.
So that's why I feel like I just got to keep going.
Your wheels are just literally always turning.
Always, and not that I like it.
Yeah. So
there are some people who are just wired that way more.
Yeah.
I am one of them.
What would you say to somebody that struggles with the same thing? Meaning, the moment their eyes open, it's like every single thing that comes to their mind, they go straight to do it. And you know what? Like, I'm going to say this. Like, I understand there are some people that may identify or may have been diagnosed as ADHD.
Right.
And I'm not saying that you're lying to yourself. I'm not saying that your doctors lied to you. I don't know. I can't speak into that. But what I am saying, there are some things that might be self-inflicted. Like certain things like don't charge your phone by your bed. There might be certain things like, clear your mind before you go to bed.
Right. Well, and that's why like I've shared on the podcast a few times that I'm really trying hard to work to wake up earlier before the kids so that I can just have, even if it's just 15 minutes of just sitting in my bed and reading my word or taking some prayer time, like not on my phone, not scrolling, don't touch social media, don't like any of that, no music, just sit in my bed and have 15 minutes with the Lord before I start waking up and telling the kids what to do, whatever. Like that has been one of the ways. So I would tell someone who struggles with that to be intentional of what do you do with those first 15 minutes of your day.
That's good.
And even if that does look like an instrumental worship playlist, like even if that does mean not words, but just instrumental, like help you to be intentional with your thoughts, because that's one thing I've really, really learned. Like I'm the only one who can control my thought process. I'm the only one who can control my emotions. So I need to control my emotions. I need to control my thoughts. And so for those first 15 minutes of the day, I'm going to control them. I'm not going to think about the bills. I'm not going to think about the doctor's appointments. I'm not going to think about all those things. I'm just going to say thank you, honestly, to the Lord. That's how I start my days.
What's been the hardest thing for you right now? Like, when you wake up in the morning, what's been the hardest thing for you to really incorporate?
No, waking up.
Oh, my bad.
Like getting up
My
is
bad.
so hard. It's really hard to not just snooze.
Yo.
I love the snooze button, guys.
Danny Lee snoozes for fun. It's a hobby.
I actually am that person that sets my alarm earlier so that I can snooze so that I still get out on time.
Wow.
Like I set it earlier. So like I'll set my alarm for like on Sundays at 5:30, even though I know I don't have to get out of bed till 5:45.
Yo, that's wild. That's wild. Let me take a moment right now to say shout out to all of our LDC folks, everyone that has been rocking with us since day one. Maybe this is your first time, maybe your second time coming across the page. Not sure how you found us, not sure how you came across, but I can guarantee you that this is a page that I know that will bless you. And if you feel like this conversation has already been blessing you, don't be shy and just hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and just hit that subscribe button, because these conversations have been a blessing to us. We pray that's a blessing to you. And when you subscribe, when you hit like, even when you hit that little heart right there, you know, send your little cash money love, whatever it is, it tells YouTube and the algorithm that this is a channel that will bless people. And so you guys already know I'm rocking this hoodie right here. This is the New Life Collection hoodie, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. Anyone who belongs to Christ is a new person. The old life is gone and the new life is here. That we do believe in Christ. We do believe in Jesus. We are filled with the Holy Spirit. And every single day, like Dan Lee is saying, we wake up and we have a mindset to take our thoughts captive.
Yes.
If there's evil thoughts, if there's negative thoughts, if there's bad thoughts toward yourself, bad thoughts towards people, you do not have to meditate on it. Actually, you meditate on the truth. You meditate on God's words. And so that's what helps us. We are new people through the Spirit of God. So if you want, go ahead and cop yourself one of these hoodies right now. We got a bunch of other merch. Like, this is a good way to tell your story and tell people what God has done for you and what he's getting ready to do in your life. We do believe that this year, 2025, is going to be a year that's going to bless us. We're believing for miracles this year, man.
Yes.
And so shout out to all of you guys that are watching right now. Hit that heart, hit that thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, but send this to somebody too, man.
Yeah.
Send this to somebody.
Okay.
So podcast is a routine I think people should add in their morning routines.
That's a good one.
A podcast like this too, man, that's informative and also like giving revelation too. I think so many people, they wake up in the morning, and I've seen you do this too, babe. Like when you wake up and you think because you're watching something like something on TikTok, because you're learning something, sometimes we think, oh, this was informative. But I think, man, there's so many people that are like information junkies, like information hoarders. Like we make excuses like, oh, I'm watching this. Oh, I just learned how to do this, but we do nothing with it. And we really got to figure out like, yo, how do you really want to start your day? You know, what are you really putting in your mind? What are you really feeding on? It's like that, your body, like physical. There's certain things that you eat that you can feel it throughout your body. Like when I eat dairy, I get a nice big old brownie sundae. Mm-hmm. That dairy, I feel it by the end of the day.
Right.
Hey, you know what I mean? But there's other times, based off what I ate, if I ate a smoothie, whatever I put in me physically, my body feels the energy. My body's eating off of it. It's the same thing mentally. Yeah. And the same thing spiritually too, you know?
So how do you start your mornings? Like, because your brain is built completely different than mine. You are very compartmentalized. You are very organized in your life and in your brain, like how your brain thinks. Like, so what do you like? How do you do that? What do you do? Yeah.
My brain, the way my brain is set up is, by nature, I'm very, I think through everything. I process. That's how my process, like my processor works. I don't react to situations. I respond to things. Right. And so even if somebody,
you're a very thought out person in general.
Yeah. So if somebody texts me right now and they cuss me out, like I don't have emotions towards it yet. I just have a bunch of thoughts and I'm processing my thoughts.
That would be nice. I'd have plenty of emotions and I'd have plenty to say right away of like reactionary, right? Like not saying that that's the choice I would make all the time. But because I know that's how I'm built, most of the time I actually won't step into that. But so that's crazy that you think through all of it and process it all first.
So I had somebody text me last week. It was about 10:30 in the morning. And it was like, hey, you want to do lunch today? And I'm like, my schedule is done for the day. Like it's been thought out. I've already processed it. I'm not going to hijack it. I'm not going to abort an idea that I have.
Right.
And I think some people go off of feelings and they're like, oh yeah, cool, I'm going to do it. And forgot that they had a meeting. Forgot that they had something to do. Forgot that they had an appointment. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
someone yesterday told me, they asked me, did you tell me about something that's going to happen on Tuesday?
yeah.
And I was like, nope. And they're like, oh, my bad. I thought Pierre would have told you already. And I was like, no, he'll tell me. But he actually probably has it like blocked in when he'll tell me.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't ask me till Sunday night about this Tuesday opportunity. I'm like, but he has it planned. Like, that's how planned you are.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll ask you questions about, hey, what about this Thursday? What are we going to do? Da, 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 da. And
like,
you
nah,
will
too
literally
soon.
say, I'm not going to make that decision till Tuesday for Thursday. Like, you have the block of when you're going to make the decision.
Because I think there's certain things that don't need to be decided on so early on. So like, for example, right now, we are trying for baby number 3. If you guys don't know this,
Babe,
did we ever tell them? We trying every single day, yo. Darren Lee over here telling me like when she ovulating. Is it ovulating or is it a V or B in there? Ovulating.
No way.
Danny over here
It
tell me
is
when
a
she
V.
ovulating.
I've never heard
I
it
looked
said
at
that
yo,
ovulating.
I looked at that calendar. I was like, hey, babe, what's these little dots that you have in the calendar? Like, why are you marking the calendar with? And she's like, yeah, that's when I'm ovulating.
Nobody says that. That sounds so bad.
Ovulating. Yo,
Oh
so
my word.
So the morning for me starts with the night before,
Right.
if that makes sense. So the night before I go to sleep, it don't matter how long I worked, it don't matter how long my day was. I don't end my day without really processing what I want my next day to look like and feel like. And so I'll confirm appointments, I'll confirm phone calls that I have, I'll confirm checklist items that need to be done for the day, like the next day that's coming, and I'll process it and I'll think it through. And if I feel like my day is overloaded, there's certain things I'll move over to the day after that, and then I'll really process. Okay, my faith walk, like my spiritual health, my mental health, my physical health. So like if I feel like I've gone to the gym too much and I haven't had a day off, I'll make a decision the night before. I'm not going to the gym tomorrow. So it was an actual decision that I made.
It wasn't like I felt too tired in the morning, because that will always tell you to skip the gym.
Yeah. And you don't want to make decisions off of how you feel, because if you wake up in the morning like, do I feel like going to the gym? You already know the answer. It's no.
No.
The answer is already no. So I don't make any decisions during the day. All the decisions were made the day before. So at night, I already pick out what I'm going to wear in the morning for the gym. Because if I have to wake up 5 a.m. in the morning and it's super dark, it's cold, we wear, the house is cold in the morning, things like that. I'm not going to be stumbling around the room looking for gym clothes. I'm going back to bed.
For sure.
But if I already lay out my gym clothes, I already even know what workout I'm doing. So tomorrow I'm like, yo, all right, so tomorrow's going to be legs and back, core, and with the treadmill. Versus people who walk into the gym and they're like, let me see what I want to do today. Bro, you ain't going to do nothing.
You ain't going to do nothing.
You ain't going to do nothing. Them thumbs are going to be strong while you working out text messaging and you on the phone, things like that, scrolling. So I don't walk into the gym. It's like, what do I want to do?
Right.
So my morning routine starts with the night before. And so after that's been said, like I make a decision, a conscious decision. I'm going to be out of bed at 5:05. I make that decision.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a decision. I'm getting out of bed 5:05.
That's wild.
And here's an exercise I think everybody should really practice too, is stop saying verbiage like, I'm going to try to get out of bed at 5:05 tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're giving yourself space to not get out of bed at 5:05.
Because I tried, but I didn't.
Yeah, I tried. It's an excuse.
It's very true.
Make the decision saying, I'm getting out of bed at 5:05. And when you don't get out of bed at 5:05, you'll be disappointed in yourself.
It's true.
But when you said, I tried, you can say, at least I tried. So you don't beat yourself up. You're not hard on yourself.
Yeah.
So that's what I do the night before. I'm getting out of bed at 5:05. And then what I typically do is I do believe that the way you start your day really determines how the rest of the day can go. So I'll sit actually right here in the living room. I'll sit right there in that corner. My Bible's already laid out. I already know like what I want to read. And I'll sit there. Sometimes I'm sitting there for 30 minutes. Sometimes I'm sitting there for 15 minutes. Sometimes it's 45 minutes. It really depends on the rest of the morning. Cause I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go to the gym and I want to pull in 1 hour. Other times I'm like, I'm putting 30 minutes. So I'll sit right there and I'll meditate. on my dreams, on my thoughts, the things that I feel like God was giving to me at night. So I literally sit there and meditate and clear my mind.
Yeah.
The stuff that I felt. I'll journal too. I think everybody should be journaling.
Bro, this guy's journal is crazy.
Yeah, bro. I think like, seriously, man, I think everybody should be journaling. Like journaling, it's a game changer. Here's a note about journaling. It's good for you to journal because it gives you time to reflect on your goals, your intentions, or your dreams, right? Use this time to track progress, really seeing like, okay, when did God speak something to me a year before? I can go back on dates and say, man, a year ago, I was here.
Yeah.
So sometimes I go in the morning, I open up my journal and I'm like, let me see where I was a year ago. I do it all the time. Or I go through my dreams and I'm like, oh my gosh, this dream happened.
That's crazy.
And so I'll journal. Of course, I'll pray. I'll talk with God. And a lot of times I'll sit in silence too. Because man, that morning breath be kicking and I'm tired. I haven't drunk yet. And I'm like, I'm trying to pray and this breath is hot.
Oh my word.
I'll sit there in silence, clear my mind, and meditate on God's truth.
I do think I've had to learn even to quiet my mind in the silence. Like you're saying, like you sit there in silence. But it's an active choice to even quiet my mind, my thoughts. Like when I'm sitting in that silence, it's an exercise. Like it's a muscle that you have to get better at. And for people who have been maybe built like me a little bit more, where we're just kind of like thinking all the time, we have the little mouse on the wheel, like running in our brain the minute our eyelids pop open. But trying to slow down, trying to process more, trying to be intentional with my time with the Lord, like practicing, like quieting my thoughts. Even while I'm in the presence of God is something I'm really working on.
Yeah, the Bible says to be still and know that I am God. I think if everybody could practice that in the morning, when you wake up in the morning,
just be
still and know that God is God.
Yes.
So that means no matter what you go throughout your day, no matter what you face, you can just know that God's in control. God's in on this.
Yeah.
Learning to stop.
That's
so
true.
if you start your day like this, you'll exercise that same practice all throughout the day.
That's true.
You'll learn to stop. You'll learn to be still.
Because even one of the other changes that I have made that I've really, really loved the fruit from is changing my playlist in the gym.
Yeah.
It was a few years where I would just listen to Usher and T-Pain and all these like kind of crazy R&B hip hop artists while I was in the gym because it motivated me, it helped me go. And then I started shifting a little bit, found some great Christian hip hop, stuff like that. It's great. And so when I need that motivation, I go to those artists. But man, there is nothing better than when you've spent morning time with the Lord, you've been still.
Yeah.
You know that He is God. And then you go do your busyness and you go do all the things that the day requires of you. And then when I'm done all those things and I'm in the gym and I actually put on worship music and I feel the presence of God come there with me, and I'm in the gym and I'm trying to hold it together because I'm truly feeling the presence of the Lord and Him just touching my heart. Like you're taking care of your physical man, you're taking care of your spiritual man. That combination, nothing is better. Like it is my favorite thing.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. So you're basically saying you've seen the fruits and the benefits of in the morning working on yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically.
Yeah, because when we got married, you tried to be an afternoon workout person, and I just could not get into that. Like if it's not morning, I'm not doing the workout.
I didn't try to be.
We just would work out in the afternoon.
Okay, well, you just said I tried to be. It's like we just couldn't wake up in the morning.
Oh, you're right. You didn't try to be. But when we first started our journey of working out together, they'd be afternoon workouts. And that was so hard for me.
Yeah.
But now that I know mornings are my window to work out, it's the best way to start the day. I do love feeling strong throughout the day because I'm like, man, I got my workout in already. So now to add even more weight to that of like, I am listening to worship music. I'm listening to some gospel music, like having that time with the Lord. Also, while I'm working out has been a way to set my days completely differently.
Hey, so something that I'd really love to add to our morning routine, and we did it this morning.
Babe? I'm so done with you.
We did it this morning.
The air
and the kids were up too. I just locked the door,
Hey.
but you was thanking me too. You
I
was like,
did. I said,
yeah,
that's a great idea. Thank you.
yeah, man. So that is a
Wow,
morning
you
routine.
have to tell the people, babe.
We gotta
You
wake
don't-
up to do that.
You
Hey,
don't have to tell the people.
everybody want to know, like, are we really happily married?
That's true.
I
And
think
we
that's
are.
important. So I think it's really important for us to really understand, guys, like for us, we've made a decision that the way we start our mornings,
I still can't believe you did.
yeah, I need you to focus right
I'm
now,
so-
man. You got people listening. Go ahead, put this hoodie on. Hey, so we're trying to add this to our morning routine. Taking care of some business.
We do call it taking care of business.
Taking care of business. Like it's straight up taking care of business.
It
man.
is.
It is. So praying and meditating is very important for a morning routine. But don't just be meditating on garbage though. Like seriously, we are what we eat.
Right.
So whatever you eat mentally, like that's what you're gonna put out. So you
Sure.
just said it, like the music that you was listening to, the music that you was. So if you find yourself getting irritable, if you find yourself getting frustrated, if you find yourself getting just stressed out, anxious, I want to ask, okay, what are you eating mentally,
Right.
musically, spiritually,
And-
physically?
To be fair, in that season, I didn't feel wrong or sinful in that decision.
Yeah,
Honestly, what made me change my choice was the benefits of the other one.
yeah,
So it wasn't so much of like, oh, that's terrible. It makes me feel like the stuff I listened to wasn't stuff
Yeah.
that made me feel dirty or sinful in nature or raunchy, like whatever.
You weren't feeling bad, but you knew that you could feel better.
Right. That's what I'm trying to emphasize of like, but the difference I felt when I made a better choice and the stronger I felt in my spirit, man, and my emotions and all the other benefits I had from choosing a better choice of music, I was like, oh no, okay, now I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah. Yo, I had this thought too. I think something that I'd like to add to our morning routine is taking moment while we're journaling and writing down the things that we're grateful for.
Yeah.
Because I think people complain about stuff they take for granted. And I'll be honest with you, like we do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like today, you paid a really big bill today
Yes, the Lord did provide.
and you didn't feel good about it.
I was a little stressed. It felt
And
hard
so,
to hit the button.
I'm going to challenge you
but
tonight.
after it felt better.
Yeah, but tonight or tomorrow morning, take a moment to really write down
Yeah.
like how appreciative, how grateful we are
Yeah.
that God stays providing, man.
I did a podcast, or I listened to a podcast that the woman actually walked you through these exercises.
Yeah.
And it was literally to train your brain in the mornings. And that's how she actually started off with was, what are 3 big things you are thankful for?
Mm.
And she was like, and those are usually pretty easy. You're thankful for your health. You're thankful for your life. You're thankful
Yeah.
for your family, your house. Like those things come really
Sure.
easy to us
It's true.
to be thankful for. And then the next exercise was now say 3 little things that
Mm,
you are
that's
thankful
big.
for. So maybe it was that someone paid for your Starbucks in the line the other day. Maybe it was that you worked out and you didn't have that pain in your shoulder and
Yeah.
you were thankful for that. But like it actually forced you to think a little bit more detailed in your day of like, man, those little things, I want to be thankful for the big things and the little things, but the little things can get missed so easily.
Yeah.
We can just scoot right over them. So you're right. Yesterday or paying that bill today, it wasn't a little thing,
Yeah.
but you can skip right over
Can
it
skip
and
over that, man.
forget to take the moment to be like, man, thank you, God, for being so faithful.
Yeah.
And I don't want to my day to make me go so quickly that I skip over all of it and what you
It's
did.
big, man. I think that's cool too for people to even add at the end of the day.
Yeah. You
Like
could do it
take
in the
a
morning
moment,
or at night. Yeah.
take a moment at the end of the day and really write out what are you grateful for just from today.
Yeah.
Just from today. People don't even realize it, especially here in America, man. Like first world problems.
Sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're in California, I'm complaining that my AC in my car don't work, but the weather's really great and there's a breeze coming through.
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like small things like, you know, when we're driving through a restaurant drive through and they messed up the order.
Right.
I'm thankful that God provided that we're able to even do this.
So true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And then we go and complain that they didn't give us a big enough credit for the reimbursement.
What? what? Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
all perspective.
gratitude, I think, is really big. I think if we all start practicing gratitude in the morning, start practicing meditation, like meditating on the truth, meditating on God's word, not all this
Yeah.
crazy yoga stuff that's out there. Like, you know,
Right.
I'm not against yoga. I like yoga, like the physicality of yoga, like some of the weirdism stuff that's behind it. Like, I'm not with all that, but I'm saying it's like being able to stretch, taking care of yourself physically, doing that stuff in the morning. Yo, I'll say this right now too. We take care of ourselves, man. Like, other people will get the better version of us too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, our spouses would get the better version of us. Our kids, our coworkers, everybody would get the better version of us. We spend time with God and we start to see ourselves the way God sees us. Like, we'll start practicing that type of gratitude, that type of grace towards other people. Think about what God has done for you.
Yeah.
Like, I think we need to think about how God has saved us, how God has been so graceful and merciful towards us.
Yeah.
We'll start practicing that towards people. How do you do it? I think the best time to start practicing those thoughts are in the morning. Because how you do it, it's a domino effect throughout the rest of the day.
That's very
like, you know,
true.
those days like where like one bad thing just happened and you're like, you know what? Forget the rest of the day, bro. And no one's actually explicitly saying forget the rest of the day, but everything about your behavior.
Everything else is going to fall apart.
So when I'm having a bad day, are you having a bad day or are you making it a bad day? You had one bad thing happen today.
Yeah, one bad moment does not equal a whole bad day.
There it is.
Yeah.
You know, so that's all I got to say about this whole topic of morning routines.
Well, we hope that this conversation challenged you for sure. I know it challenged me. I know I even posted something on the Instagram and was like, please, someone tell me I'm not the only one who hates silence. And I had some girls in my DM saying like, it's not just you. It's me too. It's me too. So I hope that this conversation challenged you to analyze and to take into account, what does your life look like? What are the choices that you're making? What is the noise that you're listening to? And how are you starting your day? What does your mornings look like? And what can you do to set yourself up for a better mental state, spirituality, all these things, because only you can do that. No one's going to make you do it. No one's going to force you. It is up to you to make those decisions of what time are you waking up? How much time are you spending with the Lord? Are you spending any time with the Lord? Are you reading your word? Are you meditating on his word? What are the things you're putting inside of you? And is it too much noise? So
yeah, that's big.
We love y'all. Keep digging with us.
Keep digging.
We love y'all so much.
Get a hoodie.
Yeah, check out the merch.
Get the hat.
Don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.